Hello, New Horizons students. I am ready to share with you another art lesson. We are going to be learning how to properly draw a face. Now, I know fifth graders have done self-portraits. I know that this is something that some of you have done before, but there are some correct rules that I want to share with you. Some of them are going to be difficult to embrace because they don't feel right, but I want to teach you some correct measurements, and I think in the end you will believe me. First thing, if you want to freehand an oval for a face, that's fine, but I'm going to have available for you a pre-drawn oval. And the reason this is important is because it is important for the symmetry, because we're going to be folding the paper and we need that fold line to be directly center. So my pre-drawn oval is perfect. So that's a big deal. So first thing you're going to need, if you want to print the pre-drawn oval, you may do that and hit pause, and when you're ready, resume back with us. So my pre-drawn oval is on a piece of computer paper. First thing I'm going to do is fold it like a hot dog, and you want to make that a perfect fold. It is important that this line be perfect, right down the middle, okay? And then when you open it, you should be able to see that perfect fold line. Okay, then you're going to do the exact same thing, but like a hamburger. Reopen it, perfectly folded. Make sure you don't crease it until you have it exactly lined up. Perfect fold down the middle like a hamburger. And when you're done, you should have a vertical line and a horizontal fold line. You may straighten them back out. The purpose of that is as a guide for you, okay? You don't want to draw on those lines. That's just as a guide for you to see. Now, this oval is almost perfect. If anything, it's a little more egg-shaped. If you notice, there is one side that is just slightly rounder and one side that is slightly pointier. And the reason for that is the ever so slightly pointy side is going to be the bottom. That would be the chin of the head. Okay, so I'm going to tape this up so I can begin drawing for you. Okay, first things first, and this, I'm going to go ahead and get the hard part out of the way. And I say hard part because it's the part that students most likely don't want to agree with me. So the eyeballs are not as commonly thought up here. And if I were in class, I would have students raise their hand to where I should draw the eyeballs. Should I draw them way up here, 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 here? And the answer is going to be right on that middle line. And when you first do this, you're going to think that looks like an alien. It doesn't look right. But that's because the eye is tricked into thinking the eyeballs are higher up than they actually are. If you were to take a ruler and measure not from your hair, but from the top of your head to your chin, you would find that the eyeballs are exactly in the center. So when we start, we're not taking into account the hair that's going to cover a lot of the head. So please trust me on this. The eyeballs, the two eyeballs are going to go on this middle fold line. Now this part is important. Hopefully you know the word symmetry. Symmetry means things are the same on both sides. A butterfly, for example, has perfect symmetry. The face has perfect symmetry. So this is where the vertical line comes in. The two eyeballs need to be exactly the same distance from the middle. So before I actually go through the details of the eyeball, I want to do the dot, and I better use Sharpie for this. I'm going to do a dot that will be the pupil of the eyeball. You don't want them too close together, and you don't want them too far apart. So you want them nice and centered. And you can use a ruler if you want. I tend to eyeball things, but if you need to use a ruler, that's fine. Or you could use your fingers. It's about for my fingers, it's about 3 fingers in. I'm going to pull you close. There's the 2 eyeballs. The most common mistake is putting them too close together, I would say, in the times I have done that. And I'm going to, you should be using pencil, not marker. I'm going to go ahead and make my pupils larger, but you can see. Okay, make sure they are equidistant, same distance from that center line. And this is on that middle fold line, those 2 dots. Okay, so the eyes. The eyes are the hardest part. We'll spend the most time on the eyes. The eyes are not circles. They are more like footballs, more like football shapes. So you're going to draw 2 footballs. Pull you closer. So right now we have the pupil. The pupil is the black part. And then we have 2 footballs. Now I'm not using pencil, so I don't get to erase and make it more perfect. So please forgive me for my imperfection, but I need for you to be able to see this. I have to use Sharpie. So now, the next part is a common mistake. The iris, or the round part of the eye, the part of the eye that is blue or brown or green, I'm going to get really close. If you look at me, you don't see white above my iris or below. My eyelids just slightly cover the top and bottom of the iris. So if you were to draw the iris inside too small, it would look like you were terrified, like this. And we don't want our drawings to be terrified. We want them to look natural. So make sure when you draw the iris that the top and the bottom touch the eyelid. And I'll pull you close. So you see the white part on either side of the eye, on the sides, but not at the top or bottom. Okay. Please resist the urge to color in with pencil right now. So don't color in things except for the pupil. That's fine because that's going to be black. All right. So once you have your eyeballs, and if you need more time, you may pause at any time. Once you have your eyeballs the way you want, we are going to do the mouth. Now, the tendency is for people to draw the mouth too low. Now, I don't have any kind of guide for you, but I want you to use your finger to the chin, come up to about right there. Okay? Now, cartoon drawings, I need a piece of paper to show you the wrong way. I'm going to pause it real quick. Okay, so I've added a second face here. Just for fun, I want to show you the wrong way to draw a face along with the right way to show some common mistakes. So I'm going to back up. The most common mistake with the eyes is to draw them too high. I'll give them a nice football shape. And I'm going to give them the terrified eyes. Terrified eyes. Okay. The wrong way to draw a mouth is the cartoon way. Does anybody's mouth ever actually look like that? I don't think if any of us smiled, we can make our mouth go in that direction. So a more realistic smile is a little bit more straight across. Now teeth are complicated, so we're gonna do a closed mouth smile, just ever so slightly. So this is the wrong way. The right way is just an ever so slight straight line turned up just a little bit. And I've already asked you to come about right there. We're going to do a slight smile. This is a straight line. This straight line is going to be the middle between the two lips. Now, boys, don't overreact, please, about the lips. Lips, a lot of times when I do this activity, boys immediately think I'm doing girl lips. Girls and boys have the same lips. There's no difference. The only difference is lipstick. So when you go to color, if you don't want to have girl lips, don't color them red. Color them more flesh colored. But lips are the same. Boys and girls have very similar lips. There's no distinguishing. So please don't overreact because lips are lips. We all have a top lip. We all have a bottom lip. So let's start with the bottom lip, the easier part. We're going to do, the bottom lip is just like a banana, like the bottom of the boat. That's the bottom lip. Top lip is exactly the same, except the top lip has a little indentation where it comes down, and that's boys and girls. Now, some have full lips, some have thin lips, and this doesn't necessarily have to be you. This can just be a generic regular person. If you want it to be you, that's fine too. But I'm just thinking of it as a regular person. Again, the middle of this lip should fall right on this vertical line. There's the little M, the little indentation. Okay, top lip. Another common mistake, we'll do it on this person, is to do extreme lips. None of us have had plastic surgery on our lips. None of us have ridiculously big lips. So we're going to do natural lips. Okay, we don't want lips like this. All right, moving on. The nose. Now, noses are very difficult to draw realistically. When we try to draw, a lot of times when you try to draw a nose and you do the nostrils, it's just not a very pretty part of the face when you're drawing. So I tend to do less is more. I tend to take shortcuts with the nose. If you want to do a nose tutorial and look up on your own how to draw a realistic nose, that's fine. If I were to do a realistic nose, you want to draw really lightly, but I'm going to let you do a shortcut and just do a basic U. This would be the wrong way. You don't want to see all that. I mean, it's just very difficult. So I'm going to let you take a shortcut. Please make sure the nose is not in the middle. The bottom of the nose is actually closer to the mouth than the eyes. So we're focusing on the bottom of the nose. So I'm going to let you just do a nice little U. In fact, that might even be too low, but too late now. So nice little U, and if you want to add a little bit of detail, that's fine. A little indentation. I'm going to leave it at that for now. I don't want to spend too much time on that nose. I might add more later. All right, eyebrows. Eyebrows are higher than you think. Common mistake. Common mistake is to draw eyebrows too low. There's quite a bit of space between the eye and the eyebrow. Also, I know eyebrows are in style right now, but less is more when you're drawing. So don't make them too dark. They are broader than the eye. just a nice frame. You don't want to look at the person and see the eyebrows. So once you add color, and I would suggest color pencil or crayon for this activity, you may add some shape, some realistic. I would wait and do that with color pencil later. All right, so we've got the eyes, the eyebrows, the lips, the nose. Ears. Ears, less is more. Ladies, a lot of times your ears don't even show. If you want them to show, when you look at a person, you don't see that side of the ear that looks like this. You don't see all the stuff. You just see a basic outline. So I'm going to encourage you to just do a basic outline. Notice that the top of the ears is level with around the eyes and the eyebrows. And the bottom of the ears are almost down to the nose or a little bit below the nose. Typically, people think of ears as being too small. So please, that's the wrong way. So longer, but not a lot of detail. I'm just going to do a basic simple ear. Now I see my mistake. I made this one slightly longer than this one. That is the danger of using Sharpie instead of pencil. I just have to go with it. Now, hair. Hair is a fun one. What you want is to let the direction of your drawing directly reflect the hair. The wrong way would be going side to side. Hair doesn't grow side to side. There are several varieties of hair, and I'm going to need yet another sheet of paper for this. I'm going to turn this unattractive person over and show you some basic hairlines that you can choose from. All right, first, girls who don't have bangs. Like myself, I have kind of long bangs, but like myself, you're going to have a part, and then you're going to have sort of a triangular look. So let's do a head, and then I'll pull you in closer. So you have a head, and then you're going to do a basic framing of the top of the head. And then the hair is actually going to come down around. Let's assume your eyeballs are right around here. Okay, so that is a lot of us. Even some boys. Some of you guys. Let's say you have longer bangs that are kind of swept. So ignore this. This is a very common, I'll do it again. There's the ears. This is a common hairline. And then you can add some lines. So that's kind of a common look. Same with the girls. You can add some lines. Another option is those of you that have bangs that come straight down bangs. Closer. So bangs that come straight down. Let's say you've got your eyebrows here, your eyeballs here. Your bangs are going to come straight down depending on the length of your hair. Those are your basic hairlines. I'm going to give this person this look. Also making sure hair is usually a little bit thicker than the actual head. Some people a lot. I don't have a lot of hair. Some of you have thick hair. So you want to come beyond the skull or the head a little bit. And I'm going to have the hair come on down. Okay. Next, and again, pause as you need to, and when you're ready to move on, resume. Next, the neck. Common mistake for neck is to make it too skinny. The neck actually starts by the ears. It's thicker than you think. So it almost hugs the hairline. There we go. Less is more. Okay, so we've got, if you can see this without the fold because it looks cross-eyed. We've got hair, we've got eyes, got eyebrows, a little bit of eyelash is fine. You don't want to go too heavy with that. We don't want to look like we've got false eyelashes, but even boys have eyelashes. If you want to do a little more detail with the nose, there is a very slight line that comes down from the eyebrow, from the brow line. And I'm going to pull you up closer. Let's see what I just did. To me, that's all you really need to do with the nose. You could do a little side. Oh, and I messed up. So I will, since I messed up, I have to improvise. I'll give my person a little nose ring. Now, when you're finished, if you don't like the fold lines, feel free to trace on another piece of paper, or use if you have a printer that has a scanner, photocopy it to get rid of those fold lines, and then you'll have a fresh face and you may paint or color. I suggest color pencil for this. If you want it to be a self-portrait, you can find a nice tan color, a nice flesh, nice light brown, whatever color you choose. One common mistake when coloring, this is a biggie, this will make or break your picture. The eyeball. Black on the inside. Let me pause to get a crayon. Okay, with the eyeball, black for the pupil. The iris is that round part. I'm going to do blue because that's what I found. This will be blue, brown, green, or a hazel would be a bluish or a greenish brown. But the important part is leave that outside part white. You cannot believe how many people have accidentally colored that in. Okay, that part stays white. I'm going to leave you with this so you can create your face however you like. One more word of wisdom with the hair. Resist the urge to color sideways. Let's say you want to color your hair brown. That's great. Let your crayon strokes or your pencil strokes mimic the way your hair actually grows. Slightly to the side, if it's like this, and then down. It gives it a realistic look. If your hair is blonde, blonde is actually usually not yellow. It's usually a yellow with some light brown mixed in if you want to be realistic. Feel free to play around with that. Feel free to send me copies of your pictures, and it was great doing art with you.